Hey everyone, so we are just back from a trip on the Fool's Loop in Arizona, and I found it pretty interesting that two of the folks that I was traveling with were rocking a very minimalist sleep setup. So in this video, they are going to share their setups with you all. All right, let's do it. Minimalist bivy setups have their perks. As you'll see here, they don't take up much space, they don't require awkward poles, and well, they let you fully enjoy sleeping under the stars. Of course, there are some downsides, especially when it comes to dealing with bad weather. But for this trip, we had a pretty good idea of what we could expect in terms of precipitation. So I asked Joe and Willie on two separate mornings of our trip what was included in their lightweight bivy setups, and well, here's what they had to say. But before we do dive into it, I do want to take a quick moment to let you all know that this video is supported in part by Salsa Cycles. Salsa is adventure by bike. Salsa offers a range of mountain bikes, gravel bikes, all-road bikes, and fat tire bikes, all thoughtfully designed to enrich and enhance your cycling experience. Salsa truly understands the transformative power of adventure by bike. So, to discover more about their products and to learn a little bit more about Adventure by Bike, you can visit the card on the top right corner. You can also follow the link in the description below.
Hey, good morning, people. Joe Cruz, contributing editor at BIKEPACKING.com. We're out here on the second morning of a trip around the Fool's Loop, which you'll find on the site. That's in Arizona, departing from Phoenix. And our nights have been cold. Our days have been bathed in sunshine and gorgeous, sort of the way you'd expect it to be end of January, beginning of February, this part of USA. I brought for this trip my simplest sleep system, simple but reliable. One of the things I'm concerned about in this part of the world are the thorns and all the prickly plants. So I brought as my sleeping pad a old-timey Thermarest ridge rest pad. Not particularly thick, low R value, but again, I don't expect it to be on these nights, even if cold, I don't expect it to be frigid or forbidding in that respect. I'm in a bivy sack. It's again, kind of old school outdoor research bivy sack. These were popular 10 years ago for ultralight bike packers to move through the landscape quickly and protect themselves from the elements. It's as simple as they come. It's just a sack with a drawstring loop at the top, made of Pertex, and it's, I guess in principle, waterproof, but I don't expect to test that aspect of it on a trip like this. I have a tarp with me, a Hyperlight flat tarp, but that mostly stays in the bag, and that's only for the most dire emergency. Again, don't expect to use it. Inside the bivy sack is an Enlightened Equipment 40-degree down quilt, pretty much my go-to standard for all kinds of trips all around the world. And I roll up whatever insulating garment I'm wearing to use as a pillow for this setup. As I say, completely reliable, works great in these conditions. Simple pieces, modular pieces that fit in tiny corners of the soft bag setup. I'd say if there were downsides to this setup, they include that you're not having the most comfortable sleep that you've ever had with the Thermarest ridge rest pad. That has to be admitted. I'm a side sleeper myself, so that means I can only spend a few hours at a time on one hip, and then the discomfort wakes me up and I sort of move around a little bit to find another comfortable position. And if it did rain, that would require a scramble and pitching the tarp if I didn't anticipate it in advance. But otherwise, I'm pretty psyched. I guess I should mention finally that all of those pieces are on an old piece of Tyvek that I got from a contractor friend. That's it. Happy trails out there to you.
Morning, I'm Willie Hatfield, independent designer in the cycling industry. I'm here on the Fool's Loop in Arizona with BIKEPACKING.com friends, and I have a sleep system here that is cobbled together from some lovely used gear store finds, and then a couple of pieces purchased over the years. I was looking for a system where I'd carry most of my warmth on my body, so I'd be very comfortable in the mornings and around the fire, or if we didn't have a fire, at night. And then my system just adds a little bit more warmth and comfort for sleeping. So I've got a Integral Designs South Cole Alpine Bivy from '07, bought used. I have a Enlightened Equipment Enigma Apex quilt. I have a silk cotton mummy liner to add a little bit more warmth. I have a Nemo Tensor insulated all seasons. Helps my achy back. For a pillow, stuff sack filled with all the stuff sacks. I keep my electronics in here with me to help the battery life. And then on myself, I've got a synthetic puffy. I've got a soft shell. I have a sun hoodie on my legs. I've got, they're Sport Hill 3SP running pants. Fleece socks. I wear my riding gloves as well as over mittens. And depending on if my hands or feet are colder, the over mitts go on either my hands or my feet. I've got a buff. I've got a fuzzy beanie. I keep the ball cap on. It helps to keep the bivy from falling into my face. So I like having that extra space in front of my face. I can zip this thing completely up here in the desert because don't have to worry much about condensation, which really adds to the warmth value. I've still been a little cold on some nights because this is only a 50-degree bag and it's gotten down to 29. So I brought along some hand warmers and I put those in my thighs against my femoral artery, and that extends the rating a little bit further for when I'm not sure if my gear is going to perfectly match the conditions, and it's helped keep me comfortable. And keeping all my gear clean and puncture free, I have a Polycro ground cloth I'm trying out from Garage Grown Gear. So far it's gone very well and has been a lot easier to clean than the Tyvek sheets that I've used in the past, so I'm appreciating that. And this gear, it goes wherever I have space on the bike. Yeah, I don't have a dialed location yet, but this trip is a chance to experiment a little.
So there you have it. Thank you all so much to Willie and Joe for sharing their setups, and you all for watching. If you rock a setup like this, I want to hear your thoughts on it and why you like it. So if you like what you saw in this video and want to see a little bit more like it, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support this YouTube channel, everything we're doing at BIKEPACKING.com, you can do so by signing up for the Bikepacking Collective. The Collective offers a lot of awesome perks, including industry discounts, monthly giveaways, and the twice-yearly Bikepacking Journal. So to learn more or to join, you can click on the card in the top right corner, or also follow the link in the description below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, pedal further.